Okay, so this is going to be our 3-point perspective drawing. We are going to have 3 vanishing points. And for today's drawing, we're going to keep our vanishing points on the page, but if you choose to do 3-point perspective for your actual project, I would recommend extending your horizon line off the page, off the paper, add some little flaps or wings so that you can put your vanishing points off the paper. But for today, we're just going to leave them on the paper. Just like with 1-point and 2-point perspective, anything, well, just like 2-point perspective, anything we draw, we want it to be between the 3 vanishing points we're going to create. So we're going to put our horizon line up near the top today. So this is going to be a bird's eye perspective. And I'm going to do it about 1.5 inches from the top. You don't have to measure it, but a horizontal line across the paper. And then I'm going to put a vanishing point on either end, so it's like we're drawing in 2-point perspective. Yep. So I have my horizon line and my 2 vanishing points. And then my 3rd vanishing point I'm going to put down here at the very bottom of my paper. And I'm going to put it near the middle. If you slide it to one side or the other, it'll still work, but I like to keep it in the middle just to make life easier for me. So for the most part, in 3-point perspective, we're going to be looking at objects that are either below us or above us. So the horizon line can stay close to the top or the bottom of the paper. Today we're doing a bird's eye perspective, so the closer your horizon line is going to be to the vanishing point, the better. The horizon line to the top of your paper, the better, because we're going to be looking down at objects. Everything's going to be drawn below the horizon line. So in 1-point perspective, we start with a shape. Then we simplify down to start with a vertical line. And then after that, with 3-point perspective, we start with a dot. And that is going to represent the corner of the building, or the form, which we're going to do buildings, that is closest to us. So I'm going to just put a dot right in the middle of the paper. And that's going to be the top of my building that's closest to me is the viewer. And that's going to be the corner. So I'm going to connect this dot now to start building my building. I'm going to connect this dot to all 3 vanishing points. You can go all the way to the vanishing point. If you don't want to draw all the way there, you can just draw a short segment. These first 2 lines I'm drawing to my top 2 vanishing points are going to be the top of my building. And then the 3rd line that I'm drawing to my bottom vanishing point is going to be the side or the length or the height of my building. Now I'm not going to draw it all the way to my vanishing point because I don't want to have to erase all of that. So right now it looks like the letter Y, but as we continue to draw this area where my pencil is, that's going to be the roof of my building. This area where my pencil is going to be the right side of the building. And this area here is going to be the left side of my building. Okay, so now that we've established these lines going to the vanishing points, we are now going to decide where the width of our building ends. So what we need to do is along our top edge of our building, you need to decide where that stopping point is. That for me is where the line ends. If you drew this line going all the way to the vanishing point, you'll just pick a spot on that line. And from that spot, I'm now going to connect down to my bottom vanishing point. And I'm not going to draw all the way to the bottom just because it's going to save me some erasing. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. However wide I want my building to be on the left side, I'm going to pick a spot along that top line and draw connecting down to the vanishing point. So it should seem like it is shrinking as it gets farther away from us or closer to the vanishing point, the lower down the paper it goes. It's a very extreme view. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect this point to my remaining vanishing point. If I were to continue this line through this point, it goes to this right vanishing point. I've already connected it to my bottom vanishing point, so now I need to connect it to my left vanishing point. I'm going to do that with these two corners, connect to the opposite vanishing points, and that's going to give me the top of my building. It should give me kind of a diamond shape. Okay, so now we need to create the bottom of our building, which is going to be similar to drawing the top of our building. We need to pick a point at the bottom of our middle line that we want our building to end. And then from there, I'm going to connect it to my two vanishing points on the horizon line. So I'm going to pick my bottom corner of my building and connect it. Now, when I run into my side lines, the side of my building, I can stop drawing, and that'll save me some erasing. Oops, I slipped a little bit. And then if you've got any extra lines that go past the edge of your building, you can erase those lines. Same thing for the top. So we have a building in bird's eye perspective. Okay. Now the nice thing about three-point perspective is you are always going to have a line that must be connected to a vanishing point. You are never going to have a line that has no relation to any other vanishing point. Okay. My vertical lines all point towards my bottom vanishing point, and my horizontal lines, left to right lines, will go back to one or the other vanishing point. So every line has to touch or connect to one of those vanishing points. So if I want to draw details such as windows or doors, the vertical lines of those details will connect to my bottom vanishing point. So there's the sides of windows there. And then the horizontal lines, depending on which side of the building you're on, would connect to my right vanishing point because I'm on the right side of my building. And this can be the same for things like bricks or siding. So these horizontal lines on the right side of my building go to my right vanishing point. And then the vertical line that is the back side of the window, or the back edge, that also goes back to my lower vanishing point. And I've got them drawn so they line up in a straight line, one on top of the other. Okay, so in order to build out and add more buildings or information to this scene, so it's not just a random building floating in the middle of nowhere, let's go ahead and add some streets and details like that. So I want you to think about the streets kind of like horizontal lines. So our horizontal lines like we have on our windows are going to go to one vanishing point or the other. The same thing's going to be true of our streets. Because it's not a vertical line rising up out of the ground, it does not have to go to this bottom vanishing point. So if I'm going to run a street in front of this building on either side, the streets are going to come from my upper vanishing points on the horizon line and extend to the bottom of the page. They do not have to do any, we don't have to worry about anything with that third vanishing point. Our third vanishing point only controls anything that rises vertically out of the ground. Okay? So our streets don't have anything to do with our third vanishing point. So any streets that you want to draw on your paper will come from one of the vanishing points on the horizon line. Now I like to add these streets in here just so that if I decided to add any more buildings into my drawing, I kind of have now a guide of where I can place them. So now I know where I could feasibly put another vertical line to be the corner of my building. And it would come up from my vanishing point here. So see if you can draw another building somewhere on your paper.